Here in the Great White North. Why does Great White North sound really racist now that I'm saying it out loud? The Great North. So we're going to talk about Uh-Oh today and take a look at it, figure out what they were doing, what they were thinking when they made it, because it's just so strange. And I'm really excited for you guys to learn about this if you haven't heard of it before. Before we watch the video, let's take a look at the Wikipedia page about Uh-Oh. Uh-Oh is a Canadian game show created by Rick Watts and Frank Young. The show aired from September 5th, 1997 to April 19th, 2003 on YTV, which fucking slapped. It was the best channel on TV, and was a spin-off of the popular variety show It's Alive, which also aired on YTV. Now, I used to watch Uh-Oh all the time with my sisters. Like, no matter what we were doing, if we knew Uh-Oh was on TV, we weren't doing what we were doing before. We were now gonna go watch Uh-Oh. Like, I have so many fond memories of watching that show when I was a kid, but now that I'm an adult and watching it back, it's very weird. One might say it was the weirdest kid show ever made. You know, like the title of the video. Without further ado, let's get into it. So, as you can see, it's the most late 90s show that's ever been made. And to go along with that, they had a whole cast of the most late 90s, early 2000s people you've ever seen. They also had another reoccurring character. This guy, dressed as a knockoff Jason Voorhees on a kid's show. Yeah, it's even weirder when you see him in person too, so get ready for that. So Uh-Oh was hosted by a man named Wink Yahoo. I highly doubt that was his real name. That would suck if it was. Like, I don't think Mr. and Mrs. Yahoo just had their baby and they were like, he's so cute, what do we name him? I don't know, we already have the dumbest last name ever. Let's give him an equally dumb first name. His arch nemesis is Blink Google. Blink Google, I said, you know? Because like Wink and then Yahoo, the search engine, so Blink Google. Okay, so Wink Yahoo was a very over-the-top game show host, obviously, but it's pretty clear that's what they were going for, like kind of like a parody of game show hosts and game shows in general. But even me, as a loud, annoying 10-year-old, was like, all right, Wink, dial it back a bit, you know? Show some restraint. Ooh. Wink Yahoo, who do you think you are? Okay, so dumb. So this next part of the show is probably the weirdest part of the whole thing, so let's watch.
We must introduce to you the Punisher. Punisher! My goodness! Punisher! Control, Punisher! No more water, Punisher! We'll grab a shower later.
So this guy, dressed in all leather with a hockey mask on, comes out and just fucks with kids. Just squirts them with water and shit. Just messes with them. Like, that's what that guy's job was. That's what he got paid to do. Is to just bully kids. I don't know how I wasn't terrified by this when I was younger. Like, this is all like, you know, whoa, he's the Punisher, this is crazy. But with some simple editing, this can be a horror movie trailer. Watch. See? That's so scary. This next part is when they announce the prizes, and I love this part so much because it really shows you how little budget we have up in Canada for television programming. Let's see what these kids will be competing for.
Our grand prize winners will receive the new butane freestyle snowboard from Rosignol. Catch some big air with this extremely high performance board that all the riders will enjoy. For our first runners up, CCM hockey jerseys, the official licensee of the National Hockey League. Second runners up receive the Ultra Racer game console, the clear choice for serious PlayStation players.
A cool snowboard, hockey jerseys, and something for your PlayStation. What if you didn't like snowboarding or hockey or playing video games? Uh-oh. Oh my god, I get it now. Uh-oh. So to those who haven't seen the show, this is how it worked. There were 3 teams of 2. a blue team, a red team, and a green team. They would all spin the wheel to see what mini games they had to play to earn their team points. And then whatever team had the most points at the end won, obviously. You know, there were games like The Dump, that was like a weird Plinko spin-off, and then there was Speed Round where you had to answer questions really quick. But the one that was my favorite was called Mayhem. Mayhem was great. Here's an amazing example of a mayhem.
Time to break the piñata open, okay? So take this bat, stand on the box. You got 20 seconds to break it open, but you gotta remember that there are 3 packs of Hubba Bubba Bubble Gum in there that you gotta get to get those 50 points. Are you ready? I'm ready. Get set, go! Oh, watch out, you don't wanna hurt anybody. No. Manual. Just little taps, little taps, little taps, little taps, little taps, buddy. Oh!
Just so dangerous, you know? A kid swinging a bat as hard as he can, literally like inches away from the heads of other children. Like, so...
Holy shit.
Even the host is like, okay, whoa, stop. Light taps, all right?
Just little taps, little taps, little taps.
This is mayhem.
And if that wasn't scary enough, here's another example of a great mayhem.
What I want you to do is I want you to mow down on this. 20 seconds will give the green team 50 points. Ready, go! I need all in there. All in. Don't forget these last two. We're looking. Come on.
Like, you know that host went home that night and stared herself in the mirror and was like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? I went to film school for 4 years, interned for 2 years just to do this? To yell at a girl, to eat food and shove food in her face? You know, there's no way you can be a normal human after that. Eat it!
Fucking eat the spaghetti, dude. Eat it. Come on, shove it in your face. Do it.
This poor girl just wants to win some points, and this late 90s girl is yelling at her. She can never eat spaghetti again. She can forgetty about spaghetti. So mayhem, we got head injuries, choking hazards, scarred children. Uh-oh. Now, you're all probably wondering why the show was called Uh-oh. Other than all the big uh-ohs you say when you see all the dangers of it, but uh-oh is an option that you can get on the wheel when you spin. So let's see what happens when you get uh-oh. Okay, cool. So already, right off the bat, we got the grown man, Punisher, pulling a kid by her pigtails into a small, inescapable glass tube. That's fun and good. I think the Punisher is Miss Trunchbull's husband. There's a conspiracy theory. Shane Dawson, do it. Hey, what's up, you guys? Yes. So we all know the Punisher. We all know Miss Trunchbull. So after the kid is dragged into that tiny prison, the other kid has to answer a skill testing question like this. Okay, so I wanted to clear something up before you see this next clip. So the girl with pigtails, the other person got the question right. So all they really do is get points if that happens. And that's not entertaining. I want to show you what happens when they don't get points. So that's why there's a completely different kid in the inescapable glass tube. Okay, enjoy.
Why do Mexican jumping beans jump? They have rhythm. Both. They have a bean moth larvae. That's what I meant. You can see it right there. See? Bubbling water or starch crackles.
Starch crackles.
Starch crackles. No, it's moth larvae. You're wrong.
And he got it wrong. Uh-oh. So what happens?
I refried some beans for you.
Obviously, the Punisher pours slime onto the kid who didn't even do anything wrong. That's the messed up part. If you're gonna pour slime on anyone, pour it on the kid who got the question wrong. He's the idiot.
Starch crackles.
Same thing as before. This is all fun and games and it's filmed like, whoa, this is crazy and kooky. But with some simple editing, scary as shit. Watch.
I refried some beans for you.
This is weird, okay? Trust me. It's weird that there's a gimp pouring slime on the helpless children, okay? And trust me, I'm not the only one who thinks this, okay? The man who played Wink Yahoo, whose real name is Scott, he did an AMA on Reddit 6 years ago. Because I was doing a bunch of research for this video, okay? I don't want to leave any stone unturned. And somebody asked if he was aware of how weird the concept of the Punisher was and that, like, weird sexual undertone of, like, you know, being dressed in all leather and stuff. And he said yes, okay? He said yes, he knew it. A lot of people knew it. So I'm not weird for thinking that, okay? they're weird for doing it. That was basically uh-oh. Other than like this weird betting thing that they did on like some pre-recorded obstacle course challenge that a bunch of kids did in some random field in small town Canada.